Hello everybody, this is Oliver Hines from MetalUnderground.com, and I'm honoured to say we're with Swedish heavy metal legends at this point, Wolf.
Hello. Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Hey man.
Yeah. Trust me, the live show will live up to that introduction. They're fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
We'll do our best.
Well, actually, the last time I saw you was on the Black Flame tour.
Ah.
And I was so drunk by the time I turned up there, I had to go to the show the night after.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm not missing Wolf properly,
Yeah.
I've got to go sober this time.
Yeah.
Good thing.
Yeah. We'll straight into it. The new album, Feeding Machine, is out in only 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been quite a long gap since the last album. It's been 6 years.
Yeah.
Why such a long?
Well, a lot of different reasons. For one, it took like 3 years to write the songs, and during that time we were working full time on day jobs. So we really couldn't afford to get fired because to have the album out as soon as possible. So that's one reason. Also, Simon built the great studio Solna Sound Recording. That's the studio where we recorded, and Simon produced it. But it was a huge project to build a proper studio like that. So it took years longer actually.
Yeah.
I think you worked for 2 years and had 4 days off in a 2-year period. It was really insane, and I just kept focusing on the songs and going to the other guys, traveling to their town, the other members, and rehearsing with them so they would know the songs. So we didn't mean it to take such a long time, but I think the end result, it will be worth it. And now Simon has a really good studio, and we have a good producer, and we have a good band. So as soon as we get new songs, the next album wouldn't take so long time.
That's good. So far, well, from initial listens to the album, how do you feel it compares to previous albums?
It's a bit more like we try to keep the depths from Devil Seed, but the songs are it's faster, it's more in your face, it's more metal, but we try to keep it like an album that you can listen to many times, discover new things, and not have a so metal sound that it would like pierce your ears, and after 2 listening you would be like, this isn't interesting anymore. So I think it's a proper metal album, but it has some more. If you give it a chance, I think it will grow on you. That's how at least we try to do it.
Yeah, I think it's
Not as polished, maybe.
no,
As Devil Seed.
yeah. But I think the video of Midnight Hour, that's a perfect example of what you're saying about like in your face, because that is no time to really stop and take a look around if your ears are assault. I love it.
I like that song. It's actually, I stole the riff from Simon. We were rehearsing, and he just played this riff. I don't think it even was planned. I was like, wow, that one, god damn! And I, took the riff home with me, and the song just flew out of me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, if the rest of the album has that fluidity of Midnight Hour, then it's going to be a...
Yeah, I think it's an album with ups and downs and a lot of diversity and dynamics. I think people say that all songs are very different to each other, and that's something we actually were attempting. We don't want to do like one opening track and then 2 more songs like almost exactly the same recipe, and then one song of this and one song of this, and the rest is just repetition. We wanted to make an album that you can listen to for a long time.
Discover new things.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit more like a journey than a collection. Or
Yes, it is like that. And I mean, at first, when I had Shoot to Kill written, it was like, this is the opening track. It felt like the opening track, and the same with Feeding the Machine. It felt like the title track, and then we have other songs that have their purpose on the album.
Yeah. One thing very striking about it is the artwork. It's a little bit grisly, a little bit gruesome, but that's cool. That's metal. That's why did you go for such a concept like this time around?
It was actually Thomas Holm who painted. It's a big oil painting that he made. He had already started it before I approached him, and he usually do our album covers, and we usually have a long and deep discussion about the songs and the lyrics, and then he let his artistic mind, do his thing. This was a thing that he actually had started before, but then he got the idea that I think this would be perfect for Feeding the Machine. And I was really, when I first saw it, it was so different from what I would have expected. If I would have dreamed up something, it would be completely different and maybe more, common or I mean. Yeah, I had my vision, but this was something completely different. So it took a while for me to adjust, but it really grew on me, and I started to feel like this is the one, and I cannot really explain the whole thing, and I don't know exactly what he thought when he did it, but it just felt right. And I showed it to the other guys, and they loved it, and it's very evil, but in an interesting way. It's very interesting. I think it gives the songs kind of almost like another dimension.
Yeah. Plus the machine itself is evil, so it
goes
hand in hand.
Yeah.
This is also, I believe, the first album with new rhythm sections. Niklas and drummer. How have they been settling in so far?
Really well, and they are
professionals.
Yes, they are so good. It's like it felt like we got a Christmas present from God. And they have played together so much in the past. They are so much experience and so many hours of playing together, so many years playing together. So the rhythm section is really, really locked in. So the first rehearsal we did, it wasn't a long time ago at all, but the first song on the first rehearsal, it was like, holy moly, sounds fantastic. We were like fucking just smiles up to here, and we were rehearsing in Simon's studio, so we could really hear everything. We heard every detail, and it was like, wow. And it's really, really cool to hear their takes on the old songs as well. Pontus does his, he's a phenomenal bass player. He had the power and the heaviness, but he also has a lot of cool Geddy Lee, Steve Harris things that he does, fills and he really gives something extra to the songs. And the same with Johan's drums. He's a phenomenal drummer and perfect for Wolf. I think we have the same kind of drum here as I guess Vinny Appice and that sort of vein. That's what we really like, and I think you can hear Johan is a proper metal hard rock drummer, but you hear a lot of influences from, for example, Vinny Appice and the great ones.
Yeah. Well, I mentioned Black Flame earlier, and ever since then you've been with Century Media. How's the relationship with them thus far?
It's really good. It's always been very good. Our A&R, Jens, he worked with us for many, many years, but he quit and moved on to something else, and we were a bit worried, like, oh, what's going to be like now? But his protege, or his Stefan Franke, we are working with him now, and it works out really good. We can really feel that they love Wolf, and they care, and they want to do the best they can for Wolf, and they understand what Wolf is and what we are about, and we have a good relationship.
Yeah. Well, what's not to love about Wolf?
Yeah.
I'll pull my nose out of your arse.
Yeah.
Just finally then, what's the plans for the rest of the year?
To write more songs.
Cool.
We have already 3 full songs written. There's a lot of ideas from Simon, and I have some ideas myself. Pontus have demos that he made, a lot of ideas there, so we're just gonna sit together and write. But we also want to do more touring. We just signed for a new booking agency, so we don't really have any specific dates or anything, but we want to go on a new tour in the fall. But we focus on getting a new album out already, and I would love to make an album with this version of Wolf.
Yeah.
The four of us getting together and
All
really.
the way.
Yeah.
It's funny because normally, like after 2 years of an album being out, you'll ask a band, like, "Oh, any plans for the future album?" And they go, "Hang on, the fucking last one was only 2 years ago.
Yeah, but
this one's not even out yet."
No, it was like I felt even before this album was a really struggling. It was so many obstacles on the way all the time, and members leaving during the album production, and new members in. And when we were on the end phase of the production for this album, I just like I'm gonna write new songs now. I'm gonna start now. I can't take any more of this album. And it was like, it's not even out, but it was this summer. I'm gonna forget this album because we had recorded everything and was just details left. And I was so ready to leave the album and start something new. So one song came and one other song and another song, and it felt like, wow, I'm on a journey again. It feels... Writing songs is like a bit of like an adventure, and you never know where it's gonna take you. So I find the whole thing fascinating with songwriting.
Cool. Well, guys, thank you very much for taking the time to speak to me today. I really do appreciate it. Sorry for being late.
Yeah, thank you.
Tack så mycket.
Tack så mycket.